People, what's good? I'm here. It's a little Snow White out here, but I'm here. I want to drop something on y'all today. Came to me last night, and it's just something that I've seen. And, the title, everything you see is not meant for you. Everything that you want is not meant for you. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lot of things in this life that we want, that we see and we desire to have, but it's not meant for us. A lot of us have a hard time understanding that. We keep trying at things that doesn't work for us. It could be personality. It could be a slew of other things that you're not ready for, that you won't work for, and it's just not meant for you either at that present time, or it just won't work for you because of who you are and how you look at things. And how am I coming about this with this topic? Well, I'm glad you really asked that question, because if I see something in you, let's say you got a job that I wanted. I went real hard at it. Got all the way to the finish line and didn't get it, but you got it. You could be envious of people like that sometimes. But the thing is, what you have to understand is, it wasn't for you at that present moment, at that present time. You know what I'm saying? Some things work out differently because that wasn't for you. No matter if somebody had the keys holding your fate in their hands when it comes down to a decision. Sometimes it happens like that. Fellas, you could be jealous or envious of a man who have more women than you, that know how to talk to women, that have a little more charisma than you have. You know what I'm saying? And all you can feel is nothing but hate, because first, you may not be working at what it is that you want. That's first off. And that's where that breed, that contempt, that jealousy breeds. You know what I'm saying? In your heart. Ladies, you might want a relationship that your girlfriend has, and you don't think she's the right one for it because all she know how to do is fuck it up. But if you had that man that she's talking about, whether in a negative or in a positive, you feel like she may not deserve that man. But you would be gladly to take that man off her hands for her, because she don't know what it is to have him. But look at this. You don't know what it took to get him. You understand me? And you may not be ready or willing to walk down that same path to obtain that man. I'm using those little tactics of relationships because that's what more people relate to. But a lot of people see things differently. You could be a person that really want to be a family man or a family woman. You just want to have a family, and you're not able to get it. You're not able to obtain it for whatever reason. You see people squander their blessings. And if you feel like sometimes if you had it, you would do a lot more with it. It's a bigger of a blessing for you. But you got to understand, sometimes those blessings aren't for you. No matter what you may see in them, however, they may squander theirs in your eyes because it's not for you. No matter how bad they fucking up, that's not for you. We fail to realize that sometimes. We feel like in the same old adage, man, well, if I had what they had, I'd be in a lot better position. But think about it. It didn't come to you. It didn't fall in your lap. So it's not an opportunity that you can take advantage of right now, because it's not for your walk. It's not for your path. It's not for your purpose. Just because somebody else made it look easy, or somebody else worked hard and now they're making it look easy, don't mean that you got that same ambition, that drive, that grit, and that grind to do shit like that. They situation and whatever they had going on in their life put them in a situation where they had no choice but to work at it. And I'm talking about in any situation. Think about a situation right now, what I'm talking about, as you hear me speak, and think about a situation that somebody else had that you feel like, yo, I could do that too. Now, if you can do it, fine, that's great. That's beautiful. But you got to be able to flourish at it. You got to be able to blossom with anything and everything that you do. But what I want to say to you is, don't envy that person. Don't be jealous of that person. And if it's not jealousy or hate, don't have like a ill will towards that person because y'all don't have nothing in common to talk about. Because they have something that you don't, or they have something that you aspire to have, but they have it now and you don't have it now. When you see your friend work for that first car, you're still walking. What did that make you want to do? It make you want to get around, make you want to get to your job, it make you want to not rely and depend on anybody or ask anybody for a ride. So what did you do? You got you a car. You got yourself around. But sometimes when you see what somebody else have, you don't know the responsibility that it takes to keep those things. Insurance, maintenance, gas, and miscellaneous things that cars need that you have to have the responsibility for. That's just a basic, simple concept that I'm giving to somebody. But it's like that in everything that we do. And it could, because if it wasn't, everything will be handed to us. Everything. Sometimes it's just not your time at that very moment. Even I had to realize some things like that. It wasn't meant right this very moment, or it's not meant. That opportunity is not for me. Don't be pissed at somebody because they took advantage of an opportunity and they had no choice but to grow within their opportunity. I know it makes sense to you because you're listening. I need you to get it though. Sometimes you don't want to hear shit that does not pertain to you going where you want to go when you want to go because this is your heart's desire. Sometimes your heart may lead you in the wrong direction, or it'll put so much on you that you don't have enough heart in it to continue. That's just the way things is sometimes, man. So don't be so quick to have ill will towards people who obtain some things that you haven't. Because there's some things that people look at within your life and they feel like, damn, you got it made. You got it made in the shade. You've been blessed to have these things. People may not tell you that, but it's there. It'll come out in conversation later, months, weeks, years down the road, and you won't realize it because you're focusing on somebody else's progression instead of your own. If you knew better, you do better. And that's what I want you to know. This is what I want you to do. Whatever it is for you, you got to find your own path. You should never be in a position where you feel like that about somebody. And it's going to happen. It has happened. Even if you look on any social media platform, you want that fun, loving personality that other people have. They have a knack for relating to the people, being relatable. You may not be relatable. You may be antisocial. You may not be social at all, or social just a little bit. But you can't grab the attentions of other people. That's how sometimes it be on these social media platforms. It don't matter what you on. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Live, Snapchat, whatever social media that you're on. And when you can go live, you may not grab the people like that. But you may hate on somebody who has all of these things, or not hate, but you want to be like that, so you aspire to be like that. You got to look at what works for you. What's in your lane. Stand in your lane. That's what works for you. Now, it's okay to have other tools in your box. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be great at everything. You could be good. You could practice at being good at things. You ain't necessarily gonna be great all the time. That's just how life works. But don't be envious of the next person because of something that they have, or that you aspire to have, and you just didn't get the job done, or you just couldn't, or it just wasn't your time. Your time will come, but it's gonna look a lot different from somebody else's. No matter where they at in their life, you can't get what they have sometimes. And if you do find out and you do end up obtaining it, it may not even be something that you wanted. It just looked good because they had it. It's sometimes it's like, some people are you're gonna have to understand there's gonna be some people in this life, and as adults, I know you've been through it. Some people that just shit come easy to. And there's some things that people gotta work for. You might be one of them people where you gotta work really, really hard to get what you want. Some people don't have to work that hard. It just come right to them. Me, I'm one of them people. I gotta work really hard to get what I want. There is no other way as of right now. That's on me though. But you know what? I'm gonna keep working because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't never had to work hard a day in their life, and things just come to them. That's how life works sometimes. Don't be so, we quick to judge. Don't be so judgmental on that. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. That's what this really come down to. Work on what you can work to aspire to be with who you want to be, or be where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't need somebody else's validation, because the more you seek validation from other people, the more you'll be in a rut because it's not coming. People gonna know that you're trying too hard. Don't do that. Stay in your lane. Do what works for you. Venture off if you can and make other things great, but don't be envious of other people that you see along this walk and want to do what they do, because it takes you to too many different places. There's too many different distractions, and you can't focus on what it is that you got to do. So that's all, man. So y'all be blessed, people, and I'm gonna keep it pushing until the next one, all right?